And so here we are at the finale of this giant 2-month recap. Oy vey. And this one I'm going to be talking about some of the TV series I watched over the past 2 months. I gave Gargoyles its own video because it's a favorite, so I felt it warranted it. This is for basically the West. I'm going to start off with list. Start off with Master of None, the new at the time, but yeah, it's still new. I guess I can say that. It's a new series from Aziz Ansari that he did with Netflix. You'll hear that word a lot, Netflix, here in this review. But yeah, it's his new show. This was interesting for me because I went in this not being the biggest Aziz Ansari fan. You know, I'm not super fond of his work, but I don't necessarily hate the guy. I'm just not like, he's amazing. This was really good though. It was a good show. Funny and very interesting take on modern life, and all that. Yeah, I really dug it. It's a really interesting show, very funny. I don't want to go into in depth just because I don't want to spoil too much of it. Yeah, I really enjoyed Master of None. It was a really interesting show. Then this one was weird. F is for Family, another Netflix original. This one was interesting just because I kind of just happened upon it and ended up watching the whole series in one sitting because it's, there's only 6 episodes and each episode's like a half hour long. So, but basically the concept is takes place in the early 70s, and it's frankly, you know what it is really? It's R-rated Simpsons, minus some of the more fantastical elements that Simpsons did. So like, you're not gonna see like stuff like in the Simpsons where you have like Homer fighting a giant spider to escape from work or something like that. Nothing like that, but there were some more trippy moments in this miniseries, for lack of a better term. But yeah, I mean that's the best way I can really describe it. It's like an R-rated Simpsons. It's definitely that quality humor to me. I laughed pretty hard watching the whole show. It has a ongoing plot throughout the series. So, along with the new stuff that happens each episode, that just adds on to the pile. But, it's just a fun show. So yeah, 1970s R-rated Simpsons, basically. Pretty fun stuff. Next on the list. Again, another Netflix original. This I kind of have a hard time calling a Netflix original just because it's not, but it is at the same time. 7 Deadly Sins anime series. It's a pretty good show. I enjoyed it. It's a shonen series, and I'm susceptible to that stuff. I love high octane action shows like this. But yeah, it's a pretty solid series. Plenty of wit, humor, and charm throughout. Solid action, interesting characters, all that fun stuff. I'm definitely hyped up to check out season 2 when and if it comes out. But yeah, I mean, that's really all there is to say about that. It's very simple and to the point. Voice acting was solid enough. Very brisk series. I mean, it's 26 episode series, something like that. But it's pretty brisk. It has a good pace. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty cool show. next we have Little Witch Academia. It's a two-part OVA series at this moment, so there's two different not shorts, two different installments. There's the original Little Witch Academia, and then there's the follow-up. I forget what the subtitle is. It's Light Parade or something like that. But I'm talking about both of them in the same breath, basically. Not the most engaging series in terms of story or characters. You know, pretty by the numbers stuff for the most part. What makes it worth watching is the animation quality, and man, it's really well animated. I mean, it's really cool seeing Studio Trigger, which is made up of a lot of ex-Gainax staff, doing what Gainax used to do back in the day and make these just fun little OVAs like this, you know. So it's really cool to see that kind of being resurrected a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it's just really well animated. You know, that's its big selling point. I mean, the characters are interesting enough and all that, but the plots are kind of near non-existent, honestly. I mean, they have plots, but they're not particularly engaging. So, like I said, the characters are interesting enough, and the animation is incredible, in my opinion. So, yeah, totally worth a watch. And then, finally, we have the breakout hit anime series of the past season, One Punch Man. Yeah, man, One Punch Man. What a show. The concept's great, you know. I mean, you think, wait, so it's a fighting series about a guy whose his little power is that he can beat anybody with one punch. How's that engaging? Well, simple. They kind of turn it on its head and be like, he's looking for a challenge. You know, he hates that he can beat best anything with just one punch. You know, and he's not like rabidly looking for. He didn't go out to pick fights or anything. You know, but he would like a challenge. You know, that'd be nice. And yeah, so it's kind of interesting seeing that concept go that route. But yeah, I mean, God, Little Witch Academia had some amazing animation. One Punch Man, holy crap! Like, Madhouse really outdid themselves. It's some of the best work that I've seen them put out in a long time. So yeah, it's a pretty well animated series. But yeah, I mean, it's a comedy series. You know, just happens to have a lot of high octane action in it too. But I mean, it's a very funny show. You know, lots of great animation, lots of really solid action. If you're someone like me who has not really been a fan of some of the stock animation that has been par for the course for a lot of animation, both in anime and in the West lately, you know, this is definitely a show for you. You know, I mean, for one, the characters go off model enough. Like, you don't want your characters to go off model all the time to where, like, you know, it looks janky, it doesn't look right. But if they go off model enough to where it adds character to them and they don't just look like, you know, they were photocopied, then it's good. And I feel like One Punch Man, I feel like it attained to that. I feel like it did a good job of doing that, you know. But yeah, I mean, that's all the shows that I watched over the past 2 months. So we're all caught up now. You know. Oh wait, no, scratch that. Forgot. One last thing. I'm glad I looked. See, this is why we have the list, kids. I did recently watch the first season of Adventure Time, and I'm intrigued. I want to see more. I'm here to see how this all unfolds. I've seen some of the later stuff. I kind of want to see how it builds to that, how we get to some of those later points that I've already seen. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But season 1 definitely took my interest. I'm currently in the middle of watching season 2. I'll get back to you guys on that. But yeah, interesting enough. I dig it. The humor is definitely up my alley. So I mean, that's it for now. Now we're done. I checked the list twice. So now we're done. We're all done. We're all caught up. I'll try to stay more up to date on this stuff, in the future, hopefully. But we're all caught up now. Yay! Later, taters.